This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Kelly Thompson. You're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks.
And what about our Wade's World podcast?
What about us?
We're back! Welcome back to Wade's World, the Deadpool podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is...
Hey, y'all. It's Lil Hellfire. What's up?
I'm sorry.
Happy Spooky Month!
Ooh,
Halloween is a month, guys.
October. Welcome to the spooky year, 2020.
No, that's called a poopy year, not a spooky year.
The horror year.
Oh, yeah.
Plagues and locusts.
And it's not even November yet. Ew. I guess that's only a joke if you're American.
Race.
You got elections and family time with Thanksgiving.
Family time. What?
Ugh. Not looking forward to it. But anyway.
Using myself.
Exactly, Philip. But, since it's spooky time, we have a spooky time theme for Wade's World. What else would you expect from us, guys?
Oh, yes, for both episodes this month. But to start it off, yes, Night of the Living Deadpool. Oh my. That's how
I was so confused. I mean, this is a straight up cash grab. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh, look, the cover. Parental advisory. Not for kids with the not underlined. Not for
kids.
Just like little Hellfire legs.
Basically. Sorry if you got crotch goblins. I don't judge you, don't judge me.
What the F?
So this is not on regular Earth. It's not in regular continuity. So just in case you're wondering.
Zombie Earth.
Yeah, what is that? 14031 or whatever.
I don't know if it's the Marvel Zombies Earth. Is it just like a different Earth where there's zombies?
Well, they designated it in some stupid thing, so
maybe. But you know what happens to zombies, right?
He goes limp in my grip.
What the F?
He goes limp in my grip.
I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
Told you, those live reads are the gift that keeps on giving.
They really, truly are.
Gotta get Lil to do more live reads. Anyway.
No, I give my tributes to the drop gods frequently. I'm 12 when you need me to be 12. So, anyway, this is just so weird. It's 2014 and I'm just confused. I just pick it up. I go, okay, I like zombies. I like Deadpool, which is probably why anybody picked this damn book up.
And what did you think of the visual where like it's an old, like the old Night of the Living Dead where everything's in black and white except for Deadpool?
I like that artistic expression and choice. In theory, in execution, like it's like this weird, meta fourth wall, trying to be creative with Deadpool, trying to make it not seem like a cash grab kind of thing. I liked it the first time I read it, but it doesn't have much rereadability for me.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
It's a novelty for sure.
And I love how like Deadpool wakes up from a food coma.
I can relate. Tequila and chimichangas. It's in the intro song, guys.
Fajita Nate's Tex-Mex cuisine.
I mean,
oh, look at this symbolism next to the all-you-can-eat sign. There's zombies munching on people.
Well, it's Colin Bunn, right?
Yeah.
So, I enjoy Colin Bunn with certain heroes in his own creator-owned work more than other stuff. I'll say that.
Yeah.
They probably just tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, you want to do this?
I think
I'll give it a stab.
didn't he do a few of these?
He did Killology, so I think that's why they tapped him to do this one. So
yeah, he seemed to be like the Deadpool miniseries guy for a while.
yeah.
I mean, my snoring and gastronomical prowess have been known to clear rooms, but this is a little extreme. Because he wakes up there. With my luck, I just slept through a Spice Girls reunion concert.
You know, because it's 2014. That hasn't been topical for 14 years, but it's fine. It's fine.
Nah.
Oh, no. Actually, they were probably getting ready to do that first reunion thing now that I think about it.
It was so weird. I was listening to a 90s channel last night, and the Spice Girls came on, and I was like, man, this is old.
And so are they.
Oh! Oh!
They came out when I was like middle school. Yuck!
Yeah, it was like late 90s, yeah.
Cringy. And they're all garbage now, like, except for Baby Spice. We won't talk about Baby Spice, but the rest of them are all garbage people, so it's a bummer. As a 90s kid, it's a bummer.
I just remember back in the day, a buddy of mine complained because his girlfriend was dragging him to that Spice World movie.
Oh, I hope he broke up with her instantly because I walked out after 12 minutes.
I don't think it was
joke.
I don't think it was instantly, but I just remember him chanting over and over, just picture them naked, just picture them naked.
Well, only 3 of them anyway.
Oh!
Hey, man, you know what, Spice Girl fans? Bite me. I don't care. Bite me and then fight me. I don't care.
Which two did not meet with Little Hellfire's approval? Gee.
It's not the ones you think either.
Neither?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about this issue. It's Deadpool in the Night of the Living Dead world. I get it. See you later, Bunky.
Goes out to the street, sword in hand. I think we're alone now.
It's actually, you know what? I don't mind the references. They're random, but they're not weird. But like the one that stands out to me is Will Smith. Gets a mention.
Maybe because I am Legend, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Was that?
Although the original movie is far superior, and I believe it's in black and white, so whatever.
Again, Wayne likes to be topical. It's a dead walk. The sensationalist fear-mongering media leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Wow, who could you see saying that? No, there's a couple big words in there. Never mind. It's a prank. I've only been down and out a few days. Yeah, then we see Deadpool just like questioning people. He's threatening to drop a guy off a building. Where's Don Marco? He's dead, I swear. He died a week ago. And how come I'm getting reports he just walked through Central Park yesterday? So yeah, I guess Wade's slow on the uptake. Oh Lord, look at it. People getting sick on the subway and stuff. This is getting too close to home.
We have a zombie-less apocalypse, so you know I'm very disappointed. Needless to say, in the real world, very disappointed, very uncreative.
Crumbling economy, natural disasters, weapons of
bring back the murder hornets. It's not too late. We got a few months left.
I love this. Weapons of mass destruction, televised baking competition. Surely these are the end times.
I feel 2020 should feel called out because that's all that's on Netflix.
Oh, Danielle loves watching the Food Network. Oh my god.
Okay. Seriously, side note, if you're not watching Nailed It on Netflix, what are you even doing with your life? If you like baking competitions.
Nailed it.
Exactly. Great show. And also, what's the one with Jon Favreau? Chef? Is it just Chef? Yeah, that one's good too.
I don't know.
You don't? Oh my god! I figured it was Jon Favreau that you would at least have a cursory knowledge.
He was in one of the movies I like.
He was in one and he directed 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know. I forget. He's definitely, he's definitely a studio guy now because he directed Lion King 20, whenever that remake came out. I don't know. So I figured you know, but anyway.
Look at this guy getting bit by a hooker.
You get what you pay for, but that was extra.
She bit me. Like, kinky. Yeah, and pouring out a drink for his homies. One for my homies. Yeah, we definitely.
We don't do that. We don't do that here anymore. That's
what?
Pour one out for the homies. We don't do that anymore.
I was gonna say we have to cover Austin Powers by the end of the year.
Seriously. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh boy. Change the channel. There's a Golden Girls marathon on TV Land.
Well, then stay at home. What are you outside for? God, Deadpool, you disappoint me.
But yeah, well, he's
It's like rule number 1 of life. If there's a Golden Girls marathon, especially if it's a Golden Palace marathon, you stay home.
We know he loves B. Arthur. Come on.
Well, she wasn't in Golden Palace, so if it was Golden Palace, he gets a pass.
Sorry, I'm not old like you.
No, you're just not a Golden Girls aficionado. It's okay.
I used to watch it.
But you're not an aficionado. If you don't know about Golden Palace and Don Cheadle actually being in the Golden Girl universe, you don't know nothing, homie.
I know it, but I really didn't watch Golden Palace. That was some television back in the day. Golden Girls, Empty Nest.
Bro, NBC Saturday nights, if you were like 7, you didn't have nowhere to be, sure. Stuck with your grandparents, why not?
What is it about eating a big meal and taking a nap? Always wake up starving or with raging diarrhea. Or on those really rough days, a little of both.
Yep. Oh, college days.
With Hellfire's like tequila and Taco Bell.
Tequila and any type of faux Mexican cuisine. Looking at you, Tijuana Flats.
Oh, call it out. Shots fired.
Oh, don't even be started on Chipotle. I will never. I ate at the Chipotle once, never wanted to do it again. Although if they want to sponsor us, I could give it another try.
I've never tried it. I've always thought about it. Then people always hear like a story like, no, don't do it.
South Park episode explains it all, guys.
Oh my.
Chipotle way. Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh my lord. Yeah. What was it, like a week or two ago? I was flipping through I was looking at the guide and saw South Park was on and Danielle was like, she's like, are they still making those? I was like, yeah, what do you think Little Hellfire does on the weekends?
Marathons, baby! But, not the newer seasons for sure. Too political. Sorry. I just need a laugh.
Screw yeah.
Which, this book does give me a few chuckles, you know.
The end of the world is looking up. I'm totes like a dashing last man on earth. Will Smith anyone, or Charlton Heston, or Burgess Meredith? Ooh, with the glasses.
You're definitely a Burgess Meredith. Out of the 3 mentioned.
Watch out, ladies. My stock is rising.
Sure, is that what the kids call it
now? But yeah, he's looking for, he can't find anybody. What's the point of being in the murk with the mouth? There's no one around to be annoyed by you.
Exactly my freaking thought when I was reading this book.
Again, this is like the Burgess Meredith Twilight Zone. It's like, instead of no broken glass.
I had time!
I have nobody to annoy. I have time. Hey, pal, I've been sleeping the sleep of the gluttonous. Oh, somebody feels called out.
Straight up. Burn.
Burn. But these zombies talk. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I don't like that. Mama don't like that.
No,
that goes against all zombie, except for warm bodies.
Yeah. I like the grunting, growling, Walking Dead zombie.
Slow walking zombies, yes. I don't want them World War Z freaking fast as hell vampires. Or that Will Smith I Am Legend. No.
Yeah, because this guy comes up all zombified. He's like, I don't want to do this. Kill me. And Wade's like, okay, whatever you say.
Splat.
Yep.
That's weird. If you're still like, that kind of just means you're still a little bit sentient. You're not mindless like, a zombie. And I don't know how I would feel about that. I mean, I'm gonna shoot you from a distance. I'm not gonna get that close so I can hear you talk, first of all. But yeah, that kind of changes it a little bit for me.
But I mean, the guy says he wants to die because it's like, you've lost all control of your body. You really want to be conscious in there while your body's munching on humans?
I mean, there's some people that's their dream.
Oh my.
I'm just saying, we have cannibals, known cannibals.
They're fine. They're young.
Haha. I understood that 80s reference.
Okay, Cap. But yeah, the guy's head is still alive. He's like, a gun, don't throw here. Who's gonna hear? Blade blasts his head, and then the zombie horde shows up. My cat.
At least the artwork's nice.
Okay, and this is what I'm sure angered the Hellfire. My cat. I ate my cat.
Get it, guys? Because it's a Deadpool book instead of beavers. Get it?
Lilith and Marnell think they're waiting for Rob to lift that.
I'm telling you, it won't be fun, you know? Like,
How about
I'll be the wholesome one if he lifts the band. I'll be like, guys, come on. Language.
What if I set you limits? I'll be like, okay, Lilith, only one
F-bomb
per episode. Yes, use it wisely.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, the one F. We're PG-13 now. The one F-bomb an episode.
So you have to pick your moment. Yes. Oh my God, when Diane told me that, I was like, really? I'm like, he's thinking about lifting the band. I'm like, because I got a nuclear missile with the name of Lilith Hellfire sitting in the silo just waiting to go.
You know, honestly, when I thought I wanted to be a comedian, I was very much going to go in the vein of Jerry Seinfeld. So I could be the wholesome one and you guys can curse, and that would be the plot twist.
What's the deal with these millennials?
No, what's the deal with these boomers? Why won't they die? Make the world a better place. I'm kidding. I know some boomers. I love the ones I know, but as a generation.
So you wanted to be a comedian?
Yeah.
I've thought about it over the years, but I don't think I'd be good at writing the material.
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up in the era of, the aftermath of Eddie Murphy's Raw and things like that, so definitely thought about it.
Love wants to party all the time, party all the time.
That is one of my favorite songs, and it's a very interesting story about why he actually didn't pursue music, because he could have.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he was like a king of comedy. It's
he could have done anything.
Yeah.
And,
well, now
he made movies in the end.
Now
but he's paid. He's paid now.
Oh yeah, he can do whatever he wants now.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on another special. So fingers crossed, guys.
Bring him back for SNL again this year. Come on.
2020 could use that. Yes.
I think he did Christmas. They should let him do the Christmas episodes.
That should be a thing. Yeah. If he wants to ever come out of his big house, I mean, he has everything in that house. I wouldn't come out if I lived there. I'm just saying. He's got a bowling alley. He's got everything. So.
Yeah, but he's got like 50 kids. Maybe he's like stacking some college.
Well, most of them are like in their teens now. I don't think he has any young kids anymore. And those are, no offense, those are the most annoying.
Yeah. But again, college funds and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what, when Tyler and I met Dean Cain, he's like, oh yeah, me and my son were just looking at colleges. I'm like, thinking, that's why you're here, college, yes.
Well, also, there's that whole thing with Dean Cain and kind of like Jim Caviezel, because they're, conservative in Hollywood, that they kind of, well, Jim Caviezel has a whole nother thing that he does, but that's why Dean Cain does so many conventions.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, he doesn't get the big invites, and he gets snubbed and forgotten in a lot of Superman conversations, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
But back to Deadpool.
Look at him calling out. He even called it out like we did. He's like, I thought you guys had more limited verbal skills, brains.
It was zombie propaganda is what they're saying. Don't believe the zombie propaganda.
And hey, I've played video games. Whacking dead folks is supposed to be fun.
Exactly. It gives you hesitation. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. So yes, the horde surrounds them, but then a car pulls, hey, attention, dumbass duck. This is kind of like the end of the first episode of Walking Dead. Yeah, someone comes to his rescue.
That was out right about then, right?
The first season was before this. And what was it?
'Cause I forget. I know it was when I was still living in Kentucky, but not for long.
You lived in Kentucky?
Yeah. Before I moved to Florida.
Why?
It's actually, well, it was a nice place. honestly, Louisville's really nice. Weather-wise, people-wise. Well, it was, like I said before I left, and then turned into a poop hole, but it's cheap to live.
Poop hole. Oh, yeah.
It's not that far from Lexington, which is horse country, so.
I told you, move up here. It's cheap to live. Come on.
It's too cold.
Everyone's fighting over Little Hellfire. She's always talking about moving out of Florida. I'm like, come move up here. And, Charlie's like, move in between us. And Diana and Marnell are like, come to Florida. I'm like, it's too cold. She'll never even consider that. She thinks it's cold here. Florida. I mean, Alaska.
Honestly, I told you guys can split custody because I think Alaska is one of the most beautiful places in the summertime. Like, just all around. It's gorgeous. I've been up there like twice in the summer. Once on a cruise and once like backpacking and stuff. So, I mean, it's beautiful, but that winter, although 30 days a night, I don't know. Mike maybe could talk me into it.
I'd never have to wake up from the hangover.
Perpetual darkness. I like the idea.
Lilith, fan life. Just
I know I'm only 5'3", but actually, like, I'm not a minimalist. You can only live in a van if you're a minimalist.
What about like a big motorhome?
No, that's just asking for car accidents.
Oh yeah, your driving record, yeah.
Well, it's not my driving record; it's people that run into me. But
I swear to God, that tree jumped out in front of me.
Look, I live in Florida. It's literally the capital of drunk drivers. It's why our insurance rates are so high. Well, and old people, and then we have a lot of people that visit from different states. So, just saying,
all the scum of the country. It's like the floor drain of America.
Well, you still got Texas and California. So, I mean, I don't feel that bad about living in Florida.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, yeah, I wonder why. Next time we interview Colin Bunn, we'll have to ask why he did this choice. Remind me, please.
So this issue ends with Deadpool getting saved by a bunch of kids and an old lady.
How embarrassing to be a mercenary saved by kids and old ladies. What is he, Logan?
Bub. Oh, he wants to be Logan in the worst way.
Well, between that and Spider-Man, definitely. The powers of Wolverine in a suit like Spidey. Suck it!
I think I met, when someone said who's Deadpool before, I think I've said that. It's like, yeah, I think he's like a cross between Wolverine and Spider-Man and throw in the Punisher's love of guns.
At least he has a very good track record for the most part as a mercenary. I can't say the same for the Punisher. Sorry, Frank, baby. Sorry.
Well, Punisher doesn't do it for money. He's just like,
Maybe that's why his aim's not good.
What?
You're welcome.
So yeah, the first.
They did like 2 more follow-up series, didn't they? Or was it just the one? I want to say it was 2 more.
As far as I know, it's just the one, which we'll be covering in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Is there something else he did with zombies or dead things? I can't remember then if it wasn't a follow-up to this.
Unless, was it a Marvel Zombies thing, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. You're absolutely right.
Look at you kids. You should be playing in traffic or shoplifting or going to school. What are you, kindergartners? Heck no, I'm in 5th grade. My sister Willow, she's in 3rd.
Oh, little babies.
That old lady driving, that's grandma. She ain't our real grandma. We just call her that because she's old and she cusses like our grandmother used to. Oh my God.
Me if I had grandchildren. I told you guys, I don't mind kids. I just don't want to have them myself. So if I could just go straight to adopting grandkids, that's my ideal option.
Oh Lord. The kids and the old lady, they pulled me out of a hot mess. The Radcliffe guy. The rest of my unit got chewed up by those things. That's a tough break. I hate when that kind of thing happens to my unit.
A big unit?
A big unit.
God, it takes me a second to get to the button. Come on.
I got you. Don't worry.
Look how big it is. Bubble boo boo.
You'll have to explain that drop one day, folks.
I think at the end of one of his feedbacks, I don't know what he did. I don't know if he was like ran out of thoughts. He was just like, bubble boo boo.
Bubble boo boo.
Hilarious.
It's like a longer drop too because
I know Lilith likes it long.
guilty as charged. Whatever.
If liking it long is a crime, then give her the chair. What's with the bandaged soldier boy?
He cranked it.
Oh! But no, he got injured saving the look of the girl Willow. The virus or whatever works fast. He'll turn into one of those things soon. Quarantine, New York City, gone in the blink of an eye. Weren't you listening? Probably not.
I mean, won't be missed.
Details sketchy. Everything happened fast. Everyone panicking. Every major urban area in the world got hit.
Exactly.
That's right. Zombie apocalypse, man. Get out of them cities.
The preppers have it right, guys. I'm just saying.
And then they see where they basically the barricade's supposed to be. Something tells me the barricade didn't hold because everyone's dead. Oh, but Wade jumps out to check for survivors. There might be survivors. You guys said I was the last superhero on Earth. Superheroes check for survivors. And then the old lady goes all low with hope. Yeah, well, there's a reason the heroes are all dead, too.
Exactly. But he has a healing factor, guys. Get it?
It cures his cancer. Maybe it'll work on the zombie stuff. Oh, Lord. Solomon, our hero, speaks the unspeakable, surveys the unspeakable carnage. His faithful Poppy, watching his every move, bolstered by his unrelenting courage, learning from his shining example of crackerjack efficiency in the face of global catastrophe. For he is the last superhero on Earth.
I don't know. When he gets this way, sometimes I'm just like, but you're not really that super, and you're not really a hero, buddy.
He wants
to break it to you.
I
know he wants to so bad.
For he is the last superhero on Earth. His heart swelling with a sense of proud duty beats out a clear, urgent message.
You said duty. Because it's Wade's World. I had to do it. Sorry, guys.
And it says this. Too many vowels. Every mercenary and kindergartner for himself.
I think that I like the second cover the best.
What, with a bloody heart? What happened to Lilith? But oh yeah, that guy, the injured guy, they were worried about turns and starts chewing on grandma. Hit the wrong button.
No.
I just heard click and you're gone.
I don't know. This one's kind of paced weirdly.
Yeah, because that's what I said. The injured guy turns and starts chewing on grandma. So yeah, Wade in the kid.
Who wants beef jerky when you got the kids right there? It's like prime rib. Come on.
Oh, again, I mean, zombies. Not
It's not for children. Get it?
It's what the zombies crave. Oh Lord! Look at that top of this El Camino. There's a U.S. flag on the top of that.
That's never good. People have, the flag on their car. I'm just saying. As a person who's lived in Florida and Kentucky.
Well, I was going to say, down in Florida, do you have the guys in the big pickup trucks with the actual flags, like in the back?
Yes, with the actual flag on one side, a vote for Trump sticker on the back window.
Trump 2020. There's actually,
and a Blue Lives Matter flag on the other side. Every time.
I was going to say, sometimes they mix it up. Instead of the Blue Lives Matter, you get like the Confederate flag, which I'm sure.
And then they have the nerve to have like a punish. No, baby. No, you don't know what you're talking about. No, you can't have a Punisher decal on your truck with all that going on. Frank would not approve.
Exactly. Or I've seen Deadpool decals too. I'm just like, really?
Who's gonna sell them? Like, you fake nerd, take that off your car.
No! And I'm just like, I know you have those Deadpool decals because you saw both movies and you think you're a big Deadpool fan now. Have you read a comic? Have you listened to the Deadpool podcast?
Wade's World.
That's right. The Deadpool podcast.
We just need, like, I told you just need, like, a little guitar shred.
Then we just get montages of them driving around for 8 weeks. I love the mall. And I thought mall walkers were when they were alive.
Yeah, you always go to the mall, bro. That's the best place to post up. Have we taught you nothing, people? Gluttonous consumerism finally pays off in the apocalypse, people. Well, considering if we can keep malls open till the end of the world, it's not looking good. Not looking good.
That farmhouse, I swear, maybe it's just all farmhouses, but I swear that looks like, I don't know if that's a Walking Dead reference, because that looks like that one from season 2.
Yeah, all farmhouses look alike, bro. Oh. That could be Mom and Pa's Kent. Mom and Pa Kent's freaking farm for all you know. It's not in color, so you don't know if it's yellow.
Yeah, but some Walking Dead references, because week 7 he's looking at a prison and Wade's like,
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, if there are no cotton candy or funnel cakes, what's the point?
Was that a Zombieland reference?
I don't know.
Zombieland out?
I'm thinking it was a Zombieland reference, but also I remember that amusement park from Agent X. I was like, was that kind of a double reference there?
Oh, nice. I mean, Colin can go deep. He's, like I said, he's a good writer, and I feel like he only chooses characters that he has a fan nerd knowledge of, so it's very possible.
So I'm thinking it works doubly because, people who don't read a lot of comics are like, oh, Zombieland. And yeah.
Double entendre, people. Wait a minute. That's not what that means. It's Deadpool. It works. It'll be all right. I like the panels where it's like nighttime and then it goes black for 2 panels. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I love the moonlit, like how he lights the moon and stuff in the scenes.
All right, Deadpool Scouts. I wish you'd stop calling us that.
Deadpool Corps, get right!
Let's get a campfire going, toast some marshmallows, and tell some spooky stories.
It was a dark and stormy night in November. Bush got elected. There you go. Which Bush am I talking about? You'll never know. Answer, both.
Enough of your Bush stories. Anyway, enough with your tales from Lilith Hellfire's hard drive.
Oh, dude, that's begging to be like a Patreon.
Oh my god, we have to do that. I know I always say that, but we have to do that as a special for Patreon. Just like, hey, Lilith, just randomly click around your hard drive. Let's see what's on there.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my lord! Then just
I'll let you guys pick the external hard drive. I'm like, what color?
Oh man, they're color coded. Oh my god! And then just Charlie. Oh, some of the first movies I watched were all Bush stories.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be in a graveyard during a zombie apocalypse, but that's just me.
Why? I mean, you figure those are the safe zombies, because even if they wake up in their coffins, they're like buried under 6 feet of crap.
They're motivated and hungry, bro. They're hangry. Never underestimate a person that is hangry.
That's true, man. No one's ever seen her, Lilith Hellfire, hungover and hungry. No one who's lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the way I lived to tell the tale.
That's that hole in the backyard.
That's why I have 4 dogs to dig holes, so I don't have to do it. Think about it, guys. I'm smart.
Ayo. Oh, look at Wade goes to sleep and has the same dreams Lilith Hellfire has. Oh no, Betty, Veronica, ladies, there's no need to fight. There's more than enough of me to go around.
I feel so called out right now.
Miss Grundy, you saucy wench, get over here with that baby oil.
Oh, yikes. If you're an Archie fan, I'm not talking Riverdale Miss Grundy. I'm talking Archie Comics Miss Grundy. He's to each his own.
But yeah, Wade wakes up and the kids are gone, and that guy's telling them, they want. I don't know where they went, scrounging for food. Maybe they had to use the bathroom. Wade, a pee break of the damned.
Get out, Wade! Get out right now!
Burn. And if your pee burns, see a doctor immediately.
Yikes.
Oh, Wade didn't notice the graveyard earlier.
Those kids had manners!
The zombie infection only spreads to the freshly dead. Well, yeah, I figured about it too. Even if it infected, like, the people in the coffins, they might be so decayed, they might not have the strength to break out.
True.
The graves are freshly disturbed. If the zombie virus is a virus, well, viruses mutate.
Boy, do they.
Oh, but the kids got infected.
Good.
Oh. Yeah, so they're eating that SWAT guy. You don't even bother eating with your mouth closed, do you? You ain't the kids I knew. Kids had manners. So yeah.
Well, he's in West Virginia. That's definitely Walking Dead territory.
You know how bad it is. He went to West Virginia. Because everyone who's with is dead now, including the kids. His arm's been bitten.
We'll just chop it off and it'll grow back. I mean, depending on who's writing it, I guess.
But yeah, he finds some little town. Gets met by some. There might be a few young ones there, but it looks like some old ladies.
Ooh, they got a lassie, a border collie.
Oh, but this group.
What is it, girl? Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Well, this group of ladies said they're not from the town. They're going to burn it down. We're going to tear down the walls, salt the earth, and slaughter every man, woman, and child we see. Nut jobs. Why does it always have to be nut jobs?
Because it's West Virginia.
That's the tagline for 2020. Oh my God. When we're done, I think I'm going to take a picture of that panel and put it up. Be like 2020 in a nutshell. Nut job. Nut job. Because seriously.
Yeah.
So issue 3.
I mean, that's a great way to end the issue. The angry mob. What could be next?
The old ladies. But yeah, he's thinking, how did I get here?
Recap!
Oh my Lord. This is a line Charlie Escher should adopt. How in the name of Tracksuit Beyonder did I get here?
Oh, yeah. Hearts hurt everywhere because of that.
How dare anyone scheme to reform a city, to reform one of these bits of previous sin? They must be destroyed. So civilization was full of evil? Yes. And rebuilding a civilization is therefore evil? Yes. And you're going to kill all those sinners before they turn the world back into strip clubs, casinos, and, places where people have free will? Yes.
Boo! Kill them all!
And let me guess, you're going to take all their supplies and provisions? And the old lady's like, yeah, well, that. How do you think we survived this long? And he pulls out the katanas. All right, let's go introduce ourselves. So yeah, they go up to the guards. Name's Deadpool. I'm looking for a place to settle down. And my business is being the last superhero on Earth. And business
is good.
Look at that. It's got all the old lady heads. I guess the place is New Harper's Ferry.
Oh, okay. That's a reference to something, but there's a lot of Confederate soldiers in there. Because it's West Virginia.
It took them a bit to get past the whole handful of covered henchmen. Birthdays must have been real boring for them growing up. It's not like Lilith. It's like, it took them a while to get past the severed heads and dead boyfriends. It's like, man, birthdays must have been boring for them.
Don't be too sure. Things change, to quote this issue.
I was a novelty to them, a chance to learn a little about the outside world. For others, I was interesting for other reasons. They see girls just like smiling and giggling at them. It's just some old lady grabs his butt.
Hey, we get AIM scientists brought up, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, we meet some more kids. So in a graveyard again. They never learn.
Never ever.
This is a Civil War cemetery. We talking Cap versus Iron Man or Patrick Swayze versus James Reed?
Yikes.
They don't think themselves out of 150-year-old graves. Don't be too short. Things change.
To sum this up, sounds like it's about time for a team up.
I love, are you really a superhero or are you just bonkers? And some things never change. Then one of the kids says, if you're a real hero, you're not special. You ain't the first. There was another of you guys in town. I've seen where he hides his costume. So they take this little, I guess, a shed behind this house, and yep, it's an AIM costume. So Wade,
son of a biscuit.
It's always AIM. So Wade tells the kids to go home and says, me and my new costume compadre need to have a little chat. And we see at sword point. Because the old dude wakes up with his sword. Wade's wearing that beekeeper helmet.
Hey man, that's smart. You gotta keep those fluids off of you. You're welcome.
Thank you, drop gods.
Not Exactly. He came prepared.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I could just see Lil Hellfire making love to any man with just wearing an AIM helmet. Oh my god!
All right, I'm putting it on the bucket list.
Yeah, give me that MODOK. Don't even say why that's a thing. Oh. Big head. Hey-oh.
Yikes. Big yikes. Prerequisite, nobody tell Rob, guys. The cover of the first issue told you, not for children.
Nobody tell Rob.
Are you calling Rob a child?
I mean...
Oh my god!
If the rubber ducky fits, man.
If he lifts that ban, oh my god! Every episode of Wade's World, I'm just gonna put on the art, not for kids.
Rated Teen Plus. We don't mean Teen Plus like EA Sims 4.
Lil Hellfire in her online brothel. You're Deadpool. I heard you're in town. I feel like it's my duty to protect them from murderous church ladies and zombies and all the AIM scientists hiding in their midst.
Yikes. Do you feel called out, buddy?
Nobody keeps a secret identity in a small town.
Or a big town for that fact. If you're in the Marvel universe anyway, nobody cares about secret identities. Except for like Peter Parker. Yeah,
I know. But this guy says... This guy says he just wants to put that part of his life behind him. Oh, yeah, now he's destroyed the world, sure.
Exactly. Isn't it convenient, sir?
I'm keeping an eye on you. If I catch a whiff of you cooking up some sort of death engine, even if it's for nostalgia's sake. And schnicked. He gives him a schnick. Schnick. My days of mad science are behind me. Yeah, because he destroyed the world. I want to go back to my old ways, especially after what we did. What do you mean? Oh, I thought you might have guessed. The zombie apocalypse. It's all my fault.
You don't say. Get out of town. Shut the front door.
You must understand. We were all believers. We were scientists, but we shared a common faith. What we were doing is for the betterment of mankind. Sure.
Advanced ideas and region. Okay, guys. Seriously. Don't mess. Dead things should stay dead.
Didn't you watch Jurassic Park? Yes, he was.
Just saying.
Yes.
I honestly believe the cure for cancer, if they ever release it, is gonna cause a zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. But yes, he was an offshoot of AIM Air, Advanced Ideas in Regeneration. So yes, they brought back a dead body who immediately infected one of them, and they tried to burn down the building, but the infestation spread so quickly.
As you do.
Yep. When I woke up and saw you there, I thought my sins had finally caught up to me. I thought the brain-hungry undead wandering the countryside might be a reminder enough. It didn't start with death. It started with life, with healing.
Oh, no. It's coming, guys.
Oh, Lord. But it was their first attempt at a man-made regenerative factor from derived tissue samples. Guess where, kids? Your blood, Deadpool. It was among the samples we collected.
You don't say. Get out of town. Shut the front door. I would have never guessed. I didn't see this coming. Brilliant.
Was Wolverine busy when they were collecting tissue samples?
I mean, how are they gonna get it?
Well, how'd they get Deadpool's?
Well, he leaves limbs all over the place, you know?
Oh, you know he's selling sperm. You know he is.
Oh, poor kids.
Talking about the sample? What?
Child abandonment.
Oh my God! Oh my God! We just created something. Are
you abandoning your children right now?
Are sperm banks just orphanages full of abandoned children?
Yep.
Oh,
shame on you! Shame on you!
Thank you, Internet. You're welcome. Let me see. Wade trying to sleep. I know he's bleeding on the floor. Where am I? Am I sleepwalking? No. It looks like Wade's infected.
Oh no, everything's black now. What are we gonna do?
Hello, Trump? What? So yes, everything, including Wade, is black and white now. So yeah, it looks like he's eating people, infecting them. So yeah, it looks like the whole town's infected or eating up the survivors. But at the end, look, he gets his color back as he throws up body parts, fingers and stuff.
Look at those ears. All that. What are you, Mike Tyson?
Cute. So Wade, I guess the healing factor kicks in. No, it wasn't a dream, was it? What?
What have I done?
Like, yeah, I can feel the healing factor kicking in and purging it from his system. Reminding me, I don't belong anywhere so sweet and wholesome and naive. Who knew the zombie apocalypse would feel so much like a kick in the jewels?
Zombieland did. It's a great movie. I don't like the second one, but I think Zombieland is a great movie, the first one. But I love Woody Harrelson, so it's come a long way from Cheers, guys.
Sometimes you gotta go. All right, so last issue 4. Look at that red skull.
Oh. Too soon, bro. Too soon. After that, Captain America will always be too soon.
First line, hello, I'm Deadpool, and I'm a recovering flesh-eating cannibal.
I mean, if you eat meat...
damn you, cannibal. I want to say it's not my fault. I thought my healing factor would keep me going from all, brains. So he's basically saying, I'm sorry to all the dead bodies. Oh, let me see Clarence, the former AIM agent. Yeah, he's zombified. He's pinned to the house.
Clarence? Well, his name was Clarence. He had it coming,
I never wanted any of this to happen. Science is supposed to help, but who's going to help me? I also wanted to win the Nobel Prize. Oh,
we're going to fix the whole wide world.
Yeah, Deadpool says, yeah, we're going to fix the whole wide world. He takes Clarence's head with him.
That's why they talk, guys. Oh, get it?
A reversal of fortune. Because remember Headpool?
I try to forget Headpool, guy. I do.
Oh, no Deadpool core for us? Don't worry, it's not on the schedule next year. Don't worry.
Yeah, I thought we agreed when we started the show that we wouldn't do that one. I'm pretty sure that's a banned issue or two.
Lilith is like, I don't have many rules, but one is no Deadpool core. That's the ultimate in cash grabs.
Like, sickeningly so.
So yeah, Wade's walking away with Clarence's head, and no body is going to stop us. Get it? No body.
Get your head in the game. I was like, oh, now it's a part of now Deadpool's a part of Disney, so we could get a High School Musical Deadpool crossover, guys, if you try hard enough.
You'd be surprised how often decapitation jokes come in handy in my line of work. I'm curious. You're a head. You've got no lungs, and even if you did, you don't breathe. So how are you still talking? This is another.
Don't think about it. Just go with it, guys.
If this is another hallucination, I'm going to be embarrassed.
Way to call it out. Thank you.
Oh my lord. Before I took a big bite out of him and turned him into a zombie, Clarence had said that the outbreak had started with experiments with healing factors. Oh my lord, just look at this montage. Oh, I guess what is that? A wedding dress store? Okay, what? Just traveling the country. Sometimes he muttered, go south or turn left. I laughed for 30 minutes straight when he told me to head west.
He put the flashlight in his mouth. I think that's one of my favorite panels.
Trick or treat. He was the best friend I had in those days. But yeah, I guess we go back to the lab where the whole thing started. I don't suppose there was a secret zombie freeway inside, do you?
What in the evil resident is going on here?
Well, they must degenerate. They must not always talk, because at this point, Clarence is just like muttering or growling or something. Your brain finally turned to jelly in there? It's alright. That'll do, pig.
Nice. Always use a Charlotte's Web reference. That's Babe.
Yeah. Who has a katana in one hand, an undead scientist head in the other, and hates zombies? This guy. He whips the head at one guy. Fly, Clarence, fly. He's just hacking through zombies to get in the lab. I guess that's why they call me the working man. Oh, Lord. But he picks up Clarence's head again. Come on, we got stuff to do. So get your head straight.
Get out! See yourself out, sir.
And then the horde, they see another zombie horde coming to the fence. He's like, maybe all that gunfire wasn't a good idea. See, sometimes it's times like these that I think the world is just out to show me what unrelenting terror feels like. The joke's on you, world. I already know what unrelenting terror feels like. Oh my lord, really breaking the fourth wall. Nobody goes to one of Dugan and Poseidon's homegrown chorizo tasting parties without feeling the burn of true fear.
Dang, son.
If you didn't have a good time, Colin Bunn, just say it.
Oh, I love it. Just it's subtle. If you know, you know.
So yeah, they're back in the lab, and Deadpool says they're gonna brew a cure. How can I be certain that me and a brain jellied zombie such as yourself can do this? Pshaw, I'm Deadpool. I fly without the safety net of knowing what the hell I'm doing.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I forgot. Like you said, he does put the flashlight in the zombie head just so he has a free hand.
Smart. You gotta work smarter, not harder.
One grunt for getting colder, two for getting warmer. So yeah. Oh, we see some AIM zombies. And then the other zombies come in, so Deadpool's trying to fight them off. Either way, you can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Juggernaut! Oh, he missed his opportunity.
P.U. is no regenerating the memory of that smell away. Oh, he calls him Claire Bear. Oh, of course. Why did Colin Bunn name him Clarence? Clarence's head is liquefying, so Deadpool puts him down. Every time a 9mm rings, an angel gets his wings.
Colin tried. He tried to put love and care into this terrible cash grab, and we appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
We see you, Colin, and we salute you.
So yeah, Deadpool goes in, sees the super healing formula, and it all derived from it looks like Deadpool clones.
Oh no.
But yeah, the zombies are almost right on top of him. No deadhead scientist to help me. No time to hunt and peck my way through developing a cure for the virus. There were no other exits, no brilliant escape plans. Only one thing left to do, and that's something really stupid as Deadpool injects himself and starts drinking the cure.
Yikes. Big yikes.
Pumping myself full of Deadpool healing factor go-go juice, hoping that it keeps me from going all cannibalistic. Alright, you soulless pukes, let's cha-cha. So we just see zombies coming in, they'll all start munching on them. Buffet is open for business. How's that old saying goes, right? If you can't beat them, let them eat you alive. So, the zombie bites playing havoc with my healing factor. The serum packs one hell of an infectious kick, which I guess is why something really unexpected happens. And all the zombies like, that's different. I'm me. I'm Deadpool. No, I'm Deadpool. You can't be Deadpool. I'm Deadpool. Although I prefer to be called Wade. So yes, now he's a sentient virus. I was once a deadhead. So instead of hunger, there was my healing factor, my consciousness affecting zombie after zombie, an army of Deadpools growing one bite at a time. What one saw, we all saw. When one of us had a dirty thought, we all giggled. As awareness spread from one undead body to the next, I can only think one unified thought. Omnipotence won't be so bad. But it doesn't end there, kids. Come back in 2 weeks.
Got him!
We got you hooked, kids. Yeah, Sam.
Like I said, I like the concept, but I don't know, like Deadpool's a merc with a mouth. You know, it just is kind of a weird choice.
Yeah, I could see that. But hey, I'm sure let's see if we can get a sunny review from want to see if we can get a sunny review from our friend.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what Ray had to say.
That's right, everyone. Ray, our friend from Australia, host of
You have to get him to do his own intro.
Oh, you know he would too. Yes, Ray. Oh, we're gonna talk to him today anyway. We should. Yes. For those of you who don't know, Ray, podcaster extraordinaire, host of Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. To know her is to fear her, a Spider-Woman podcast.
Spider-Woman podcast.
Yes, a Spider-Woman podcast. Yes. Right here on the Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks, last Tuesday of every month, talking Scarlet Spider with me and Matt Kona. And, of course, into the night,
The
Moon Knight podcast. Because there's only one, kids. Get it? All right, everyone. So let's see what our friend Ray, our international pen pal, had to say about this. Night of the Living Deadpool.
Hello, Phil and Lilith. This is Ray. Dropping in my thoughts for
We gave you a long
a
one.
very cool miniseries of Night of the Living Deadpool 1 of 4, 2014 by Cullen Bunn. Now, this will be probably be a short one, probably be a quickie.
8 minutes.
But I just read these. I really enjoyed them. I got them back in 2014. I really enjoyed the read. It's really a nice one and done, but it has a whole lot packed in there. So
It's not
first off, I guess the art for me was great. It was amazing. I really loved it, especially not only the inks and the pencils, but the coloring and the decision to make Deadpool, vibrant and red and everything quite bleak. I thought that was a really nice touch. It kind of set the tone for the miniseries. And it even was used, in a good way. Say when Deadpool kind of gets zombified for that little bit, so he turns black and white as well. So really cool visuals. I really did enjoy it. Cullen Bunn, I think he's got a really good grasp of Deadpool. The humor's there. It's not as crass and out there as some of the other how some of the other writers write Deadpool. But I think there's enough in there for me to show that it is kind of really Deadpool. I mean, this whole thing is a universe unto itself. Really, it's a scenario of Deadpool in a universe where zombies have taken over. So the first half of this it was enjoyable, but it was very much laden with tropes. I reckon it had every kind of trope under the sun. But that was offset with references to popular or famous zombie films or series. So I love that the quick take of there was a span of weeks, like first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and you had them looking for locations, and there was the Walking Dead one, there was the Dawn of the Dead of the shopping mall. So the Walking Dead was of the penitentiary and the farm as well. I can't remember off the top of my head as well. I mean, there was one in the city, which I guess you could call Walking Dead as well. So there were references to there, which I really appreciated. That offset, I guess mostly, as I mentioned, everything was kind of tropey, like Deadpool finding a band of survivors. One of them has already been infected, even to the extent that you get these extremities of age, like there are these young kids, there's grandma who's kind of behind the wheel, there's a trained kind of soldier. So that was all still enjoyable, but for me it was a little bit, this is retreading kind of well-worn ground. It wasn't until I think the end of issue 2 where you get the old ladies and the ladies with all their weapons and stuff looking to lay siege on this city that Deadpool has found. I think things started to take a turn there, and it really kind of got interesting, and it went to a different level. So really enjoyed that. So in the last 2 issues, again, it ended up being a very innovative story, I felt. So it went away from the tropes. So Daredevil, I was shocked as well because I hadn't read this since 2014. But Daredevil then he turns up in the town and he's got the whole head of a bunch of decapitated heads of the ladies. So they didn't last long. So Cullen Bunn has quickly gotten rid of this new dynamic group, which I thought was quite interesting and quite original. But he's done away with them straight away. Also, as well, the tying it in with the greater Marvel universe with the AIM scientists actually being the ones responsible for this zombie apocalypse. I thought that was a pretty cool touch as well. So a lot of I guess fighting zombies ensues towards the end as well. I mean, as I mentioned before, and as you guys I'm sure have covered, Deadpool gets infected because he had been bitten. His healing factor goes a bit wacky, and it does save him, but not before him turning into a zombie and actually zombifying the whole town. He kills that AIM scientist who felt responsible for the whole thing, and I like that little thing towards the end where he carries the head of him and goes through. Even the point that even some really gross stuff like using him as a lantern, like shoving the flashlight into his head. Allows him to carry less. I guess he's carrying their head and he's got the torch and he can still carry his guns and swords. So that was pretty cool. Finally, I thought the large twist, which was really cool for me, a little bit of a reminder of Patrick Susskind's Perfume. I'm not sure if any of you have read that or seen the movie at least. But in the end, Deadpool decides to be ingested by them all, not before himself taking all these kind of drugs which he finds at the Ames facility. And I found a really cool ending how he his consciousness filters through all the people that have taken a bite out of him. It's just deliciously kind of left up in the air as an ending. And I absolutely love it. So I think the second half of this miniseries, Cullen Bunn has really made it his own, but it was laid with a platform of very much tropes, which it does sound like a bad thing, and to an extent it is, but he kind of made it still interesting, Cullen Bunn. So that was good, and the art was really, really enjoyable. So so I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say as well. What did you think of Deadpool's humor in it, and what did you think of these really massive twists at the end, i.e. the connection with AIM, and also what Deadpool did at the end as well? It would be interesting to hear what you make of it. I'm giving it a firm B+. This is a really solid 4-issue arc, I think. And for anyone who loves zombie films or zombie literature, this is pretty much up there. I mean, it's as I said at the beginning, it doesn't really provide anything new, but towards the end, it really does come up with some very Deadpool-esque stuff. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Anyway, I shall head off now, and I'm hoping to catch up on all your shows. You guys are doing a bang up job. I'm loving it, and keep it coming. Keep the shows flowing. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah,
it's Phil's plan. Don't worry, Ray.
Don't worry, Jan. I got a plan. 2021 is mostly planned already, so have no fear. Capes Lunatics are going nowhere.
Shout out to Ray for mentioning Perfume. I love the book. It's an old book. It's from like 1985, but I think they made the movie. I want to say it was 2006. They made the movie, and it's a very interesting story. So Ray, we now know is a fancy man because that's a very artsy kind of high concept film and things like that. So we learned something new about Ray today.
We didn't know that before.
I'm not a fancy man.
Oh boy. But you have no more reason to complain, man. He's sending you longer feedbacks than Kona, so yes, he loves you most.
Exactly. Yay! Suck it, Kona.
Long.
Although Matt Kona is getting a turn of the century, so
Well, tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
All I want is Archie all the time. I'm kidding.
I want to Archie all the time.
All the time. See, it comes back around. I pulled a Charlie on you.
Suck it, Miller.
Oh, good Lord. No,
So
but
yeah, thanks for the feedback, Ray. I kind of like his upbeat take on it. Like I said, I do feel like Colin Bunn was just kind of tapped, and he's just like, okay, he did find a way to make it his own, and I did like the plot twist of AIM, but I don't know. I figure if somebody was going to destroy the world in like a Deadpool story, it was probably going to be them.
So Ray gave it a solid B. What do you give it?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a solid B. I love the artwork. And it was a pretty tight story, and I was surprised that they got rid of the old lady gang.
Yes. Hey, not for kids, man. They were offing them old ladies.
They off the kids, everybody. You get a katana blade, and you get a katana blade, and you get a bullet, sir.
You get a vibrator, Hanny. You get a vibrator.
I don't think it was that gory, honestly, for that to be warranted to be put on the cover.
There was guts.
Was it just me? Am I desensitized?
There was
Because I grew up on zombie films. So
there's blood and guts, and I mean, when Wade's healing factor kicking, he's puking up fingertips. I mean, I would say
I'm pretty unflappable though, so I don't know. Like I watch a lot of horror movies. Like yeah, whatever. See you later, Bunky. You know. So horror is my preferred genre, so that's probably why. Go ahead, throw it in. Pickle.
But yes, of course, he had to put the flashlight in his head. All he was a head. He didn't have a prison purse.
It's a prison purse.
We're children. Anyway.
It's Wade's World. It fits the branding. It's fine.
Oh, hey, we are recording this Saturday, October 10th in the morning. Happy birthday, Maz Manzoor.
Yay, Mozzie! Happy birthday!
Our George Costanza. Happy birthday. Serenity now. All right, so should we tell them what's coming up and get out of here?
Let's do it.
All right, so coming up next week on Comic Capers, kind of another Halloween-y thing. From the original Ghost Rider series, issues 68 and 69.
Boom! Shaka-laka-laka.
So, I know Lilith here's Ghost Rider, and it's like, ugh. But there's stuff for you, Lilith Hellfire. There's some classic horror in there. There's a drunk. There's an issue 69, so come on.
He tries so hard, guys. He tries so hard.
And then in 2 weeks, come back because Ray was wrong. This was not a one and done series. In 2 weeks.
Because it's Deadpool. It gets a spin-off of the spin-off.
Cha-ching! A sequel. Return of the Living Deadpool in 2 weeks. To round out your spooky October. So, yeah, send us your thoughts on, well, you can send your thoughts on this issue, send them on the Ghost Rider stuff, send them on Return of the Living Deadpool.
You could even send your thoughts about Ryan Reynolds in the MCU doing the new Stan Lee cameos.
Yes, so always send your thoughts on Ryan Reynolds. Hallowed be thy name. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Oh, Charlie did it last night on Super Connectivity, but I was like, oh, I'm so proud of him. Then I was like, wait a minute, the number scrolls across the screen. Of course he did. He knew how to do it. If you watch the YouTube, you would know it too. Anyway, follow Wade's World on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find links to all of our social media. Like I said, links to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Go smash the button. Links to our Patreon. All things Star Trek. Links to merch. Links to
Stay hydrated, my friends.
That's right. With your handy dandy Capes and Lunatics travel mug. Anyway, find everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember, support our sponsors. Tweaked Audio. Get yourself some Tweaked Audio headsets. Hunt a Killer.
Michelle Gray needs your help, guys.
See, we need a recording of Ray doing his intro, and we need a recording of Charlie doing the plugs.
Absolutely. Just automate this, baby. Come on, let's go. What are we waiting on? It's 2020 automation.
Put the people out of jobs. Anyway, so yes, use the code Southgate for both of those for a handy dandy discount. And then go pick up Pod Life the book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback. You can pick that up on Amazon. And when you pick that up and you know you're getting more on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this madness, this show, the Southgate Media Group Network. And that flesh-eating zombie himself, Rob Master Doom. Hey everyone, sorry if you're watching the video. Had some technical difficulties, so I think I got through most of the plugs. And go check out Lilith Hellfire if she didn't do her plugs, at Lilith Hellfire on Twitter, and at Lilith Hellfire 86 and at Lilith Hellfire 69 on Instagram.
I'm 12 when you need me to be 12.
So yes, sorry about the technical difficulties. But thank you for joining us for this episode of Wade's World. Come back in 1 week for Ghost Rider 68 and 69 from the original series. I believe it was in 1982, followed by the sequel to this, Return of the Living Deadpool, in 2 weeks. Technology. Why do you text me so, technology? So yes, next week, Ghost Rider 68 and 69, Lilith's favorite, followed by Return of the Living Deadpool. You know Ray will be here sending feedback. Why don't you send feedback? But until then, maximum effort, zero common sense, and we will see you next Thursday.